Heather du Plessis-Allan Drive, weekdays from 4 on Newstalk ZB.
Look, I really want to believe that 82 new truancy officers are going to turn around our falling attendance rate at schools, but hey, we live in the real world. So here are some real world facts for you. You can make up your own mind, right? We have 2,500 schools in this country. We have 815,000 students. 82 officers? That means each of those officers is going to have to cover 31 schools. Each of those officers is responsible for 10,000 students. If the figures are to be believed, and 54% of those kids were truant in term 3 last year, then each of those officers is supposed to chase up 5,400 students regularly. I mean, come on. Now, obviously, there are already some existing truancy officers trying to do the job. The problem is we don't know how many because the government doesn't know how many, which suggests there aren't that many. The reason that this is one of Chris Hipkins' first announcements in the first month of his prime ministership is because he knows that this is a vote winner, right? He knows, as mums and dads, we're worried about our kids. He knows cracking down on truancy will be popular. But it's only popular if it's believable. If voters actually believe it's going to make a difference. And on those numbers, it's really hard to believe it. And you know what? It's also really hard to believe that this is anything other than a cynical vote-winning strategy from the government because they've left it this late to deal with the truancy problem. I was reading stories as long ago as 2020 with headlines like the attendance freefall in New Zealand schools. 2020, 3 years ago. Chris Hipkins himself, as former education minister, would have seen that headline. He would have seen the truancy numbers ticking up and he did nothing until today. Truancy is a massive issue in New Zealand. Our kids' education should be a top priority, like actually one of the top priorities, not an easy headline bought with 82 truancy officers. So I'm sorry to say, this feels like one straight out of the Jacinda playbook. Good headline, scratch beneath the surface, just one layer, disappointing.
Heather du Plessis-Allan Drive, weekdays from 4 on Newstalk ZB.